Today, we are going to look at things in Geometry Dash that exponentially get more and more cursed. The text color on the left bottom of the screen will describe how cursed it is, from green, meaning that it isn't cursed whatsoever, to the color red, meaning it can't get any more cursed than that. Enjoy! Let's start off mild with the level Follow Me. This is a memory level in which you need to follow a mouse its directions, which is the only way to pass the level. However, at the start there is one key that's inconveniently placed on a spot where you normally jump. Hitting this key makes the mouse go away, leaving you with no chance to beat the level. Fiverr is a site where you can pay people for specific duties. I recently found a user that went by the name of MaxPro, who had a very sneaky idea to get some quick cash. He would create a Geometry Dash background for you of anything you can think of for just $5, which 2 people had bought, and they were happy, as you can see by the star rating. Little did these people know that by installing one simple hack, you could recreate this exact background without any effort at all. One of the features in the Geometry Dash 2.2 update is Platformer mode, where you move with your icon in directions of your choice. This Platformer mode combined with Practice mode, however, which makes you able to place checkpoints, looks pretty cursed, with green practice buttons all over the place. Every Geometry Dash player who has created once in their lives knows you can only place down triangles and square blocks. But look at this cursed picture, where there are complex shapes everywhere that you normally cannot place down. Even though this was made with different types of objects to create this weird structure, it still looks pretty cursed. RobTop is the owner of Geometry Dash. However, he also is the owner of a website you have never heard about before, robtroll.com. If you go to the site, all you will see is a blank white screen with nothing extra in it. But wait a minute, your IP address has just been found out about. What are you gonna do? Installing Surfshark, the sponsor of today's video, is the only way out, coming with a lot of very appealing features. By installing this VPN, your online identity is safe to big companies and cybercriminals that want to know your location, meaning all your very sensitive data that you can't let anyone find out about will be secure, just like that. Another important detail is you being able to change your IP address to an IP address in one of their 3,200 plus servers in 100 plus countries. If you live in Indonesia, for example, and want to watch Netflix, just change your IP to a random IP address from the United States and boom, enjoy watching your daily dose of your favorite series. With Surfshark, you can also bypass any blocked website in your surroundings. Yeah, any. Just like getting early access to your favorite new games by changing your time zone with a simple click to be able to play them early and also be able to watch blocked content in your country. But how does Surfshark protect your data? Well, the VPN protects your data by securing your personal info when using public Wi-Fi, and completely hides your IP address when browsing online when it's the most vulnerable, so your country and other personal info isn't linked to your identity. And for the truly naughty Geometry Dash players under us, there even are bonus features from Surfshark that make it so your search history won't be discovered under any circumstances. So if you guys are interested, which you must be, otherwise you wouldn't still be watching, use code WEBU to get 83% off on Surfshark plus 3 whole free months. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so don't worry about not liking the product, you can always refund it. Check out the link in the description to download Surfshark. Back to the video. Like the impossible structure from before, there are other ways to make impossible shapes. Normally, you're only able to select something in a rectangular shape, but a programmer that went by the name HJFOT created a mod that made it so he was able to select things in any way he would like. YouTuber Cursed, yeah that's his name, is known to be one of the greatest players in the game. He has beaten most of the hardest levels in the game, and one of these was called Abyss of Darkness, with 0 victors at that time. He got a little bored, so let out an incredible burp, after which he beat the level. To actually get into cursed stuff though, let's take a deep dive into the editor. In here, you have things called triggers, with which you can make different movements happen, make things invisible and more. But it can be confusing at times which trigger does what. Luckily, RobTop made a help button for every trigger to explain what they do, except for one. This is the explanation of the pickup trigger, and it's pretty helpful to say the least. A very cursed picture is this picture right here. You can get any picture you want on your cake, so why would you choose this to be added on top of your cake? Every main level is pretty standard looking without anything weird going on in them. Although, since they are so popular, people make remakes of them, just like Milpan did with the main level Blast Processing. He made the level 100 times more cursed with game modes not doing what they are supposed to be doing. Some people like Geometry Dash a bit too much. So much actually that they convert it into IRL objects, like this extreme demon difficulty pumpkin looking a little weird. This luckily is nothing in comparison with something weird that recently happened in game. You normally are able to die at a maximum percentage of 99% out of 100, since after 100% you completed like the percentage says, the entire level. Still, in this level you somehow are able to die at 136%. It isn't the biggest percentage someone has died to though, which I'll talk about very soon. This is an icon with which you can play the game, and this is a spike which kills you. But what would it look like if these two things were switched? Well, like this. Normally, Geometry Dash level names can consist out of 20 symbols in a single sentence, nothing more. Still, by carefully looking at some levels, you can come across these 2-sentence level names, which isn't supposed to happen whatsoever. Like the maximum numbers of symbols in your username is 20, the maximum amount of stars you can obtain is 10, which you can get from beating the hardest difficulty levels. Still, user ErasysGD found a way to make the game give you 900 stars when beating a single level, which looks kind of satisfying but very cursed. A wave is only supposed to move diagonally, it can't move any other direction. What's going on in this picture, however, is unexplainable. Somehow the wave is moving perfectly vertically, which shouldn't be able to happen at all, but it can get even worse. A Geometry Dash player that went by the name of DAG made a spam level that when playing normally is borderline impossible, but it could be defeated, in some way. The reason behind it was very weird though. The level was made specifically to be beaten with a not safe for YouTube guidelines object that vibrates. If you know, you know. Before we get into the most cursed thing I have ever seen, check out what once happened to Bloodlust. This once was the top 1 hardest extreme demon to ever exist, but for a short amount of time after being released it was an insane demon. A way easier difficulty, which looks wrong for a lot of reasons. But what if we combine all of the most cursed stuff in the game and put it in a single picture? This is exactly what Rider Game did. Geometry Dash now is named Geometry Jump. RobTop now is an OnlyFans, the daily chest is a Clash Royale chest, the settings button is now just removed from the entire game, and a lot more of pretty random cursed stuff that you normally would see in a horror movie. Luckily, this was not real and was edited. However, this is not the most cursed thing that I've seen in Geometry Dash, so let's talk about that right now. The final most cursed thing I've ever witnessed is what's going to happen in a few seconds. You see, getting 136% isn't the highest percentage you can achieve. This number is. I'm not sure how he got such a giant percentage, but it is legit as you can see. I hope you enjoyed.